In 1967, Joni Mitchell, a Canadian-born singer-songwriter, moved to Laurel Canyon, in a popular neighborhood in the Hollywood Hills, filled with young, like-minded and talented actors, movie stars, and musicians. After the Monterey International Pop Festival in the summer of 1967, both San Francisco and Los Angeles were making California the new center of American folk and rock music. Mitchell was not only one of the most talented female musicians of the era, she was also a much sought-after, beautiful woman. She would entertain many suitors over those years in Los Angeles, but the first was a young guitarist from the Byrds, who was making quite an impact in the new folk rock genre. His name was David Crosby. Crosby had discovered Mitchell playing in a club in Florida in 1967. Quite smitten with the blonde singer-songwriter, he brought her to California, helped her get a record deal, and agreed to produce her first album, Song to a Seagull. The pair briefly dated in 1967, and both of their careers benefited from each other's influence. But as Mitchell wrote in her song, that song about the Midway, she eventually got tired of his behavior and wanted to move on. One night, among friends, at the home of the Monkees' Peter Tork, she delivered her breakup message.
And that's the truth.
The craziest story I heard about you guys was that you were the boyfriend of Joni Mitchell, and she broke up with you. She wrote a song about you. You were at Peter Tork's house from the Monkees, and she decided to sing this song to you, which essentially said, "Hey, David, I'm breaking up with you." That is.
It's even funnier than that. She came in and she was kind of different, you know. She said, "I've got a new song," and we all said, we were all there, and we all said, "Oh, fantastic! A new Joni song, yay!" And she sits down to sing it, and it's plainly a goodbye to me. And then she sang it again.
Why twice?
In case you didn't get it.
In case I didn't get it the first time. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Does everyone in the room turn to you?
Everyone in the room was going, "Oh, God."
Who's in the room with you guys watching this?
Everybody.
It was later in 1967 that Joni met another musician in Canada who played in a band called the Hollies. His name was Graham Nash. Nash would follow Joni to L.A. and would reconnect with Crosby and two other musicians from Buffalo Springfield. Graham and David had met years earlier after being introduced by Mama Cass. But in 1967, with Joni's connections, the four began meeting at Joni's house, playing and singing together, and in 1969, they formed Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, playing one of their first gigs at Woodstock in July of that same year. Though their collaborative circle of friends remained, after they had broken up, Crosby said it was a strained relationship. "Our relationship has always been thorny but good." In 2019, he told the New York Post that kicking his drug addiction to cocaine and heroin was one of the most difficult things he'd ever accomplished. But it appeared that kicking Joni Mitchell out of his life was even harder.
She is arguably the best singer-songwriter of our times. I think she's as good a poet as Bob, and she's 10 times the musician and singer that he is. I care about him, but the truth is she's much better as a musician and much better as a singer. And I don't get along with her that well anymore, but I do love her with my whole heart for what she gave us. You know, I don't think anybody did it as well. They've been celebrating Blue because it's 50 years since she made it. I think that's arguably the best singer-songwriter record ever made. Much better than my stuff.
Journalist Chuck Arnold for The Post recalled, "When I interviewed him 4 years ago, Crosby was surprised that given his drug addiction, prison stint, and health issues, diabetes, and a couple heart attacks and a liver transplant necessitated from hepatitis C, he had survived to see 77. Nobody has any clue why," he said. "A whole lot of my friends are dead. I think my new motto is going to be only the good die young." Crosby passed away on January 19th, 2023, at the age of 81. Joni Mitchell, age 79, is still recovering from a brain aneurysm from 2015. but is considering a possible mini tour after a rousing and well-received 2022 appearance at the Newport Folk Fest. Check back for more videos on other artists in jazz, blues, and rock, and visit the Rock and Roll Professor website. If you like this video, you'll most definitely enjoy a short course on artists like David Crosby or Joni Mitchell. therockandrollprofessor.com. In the meantime, you can check out the video description and hear the entire Joni Mitchell breakup song, that song about the Midway. I'm Rob Joyce, and watch for more.